Hi, I'm Papia. And in this problem, we are going to use long division to divide the polynomial x cubed minus 9 by x squared plus 1. So, in order to use long division, first look at the function x cubed minus 9 and note that there is no x squared term or x term. But that means that the coefficient of x squared and x term is 0. So, it's better to rewrite this function with all the different terms, x cubed, x squared, x and constant. So, if you rewrite it, well, x cubed is just x cubed, then there is no x squared, so write it as 0 times x squared. There is no x, so write it as 0 times x. And then finally, the constant term is negative 9. It will be easier for you to divide if you write down all the terms first. Okay, now you take this expression and then you divide this function by x squared plus 1. Okay. So, how do we use this long division method? Okay, so let's start with looking at the first term is x cubed. We have to cancel it. And we are dividing by x squared plus 1. So, you have to think about what should you multiply with x squared plus 1 to get x cubed so that we can subtract and cancel it. Well, what can you multiply with x squared to get x cubed? Of course, you can multiply x. X times x squared is x cubed. But then, of course, you have to multiply x with the remaining terms, and x times 1 is x. Well, put it under this term because this is the x term. Now, what you have to do is you have to subtract the bottom. So, I always write down the sign that I am going to use. This was positive, so it will become negative. This is positive, so it will become negative. And use this bottom sign to add. Okay, so the first term x cubed minus x cubed will cancel. That's what we wanted to do. Then there is no x squared. 0 times x squared is just 0. Don't need to worry about that. Now look at the x term. This is 0 minus x. So you'll bring down negative x, and also the last term negative 9 will come down. Okay, and we have to continue, right? Every time you do this method, check this function that you just got. Well, look at this polynomial here. What is the degree of this polynomial? The degree is 1. And 1 is strictly less than 2. And 2 is the degree of the divisor. Therefore, you know that you will stop right here. You don't have to go any further. This is your remainder. Okay? As soon as the degree becomes less than the degree of the divisor, you stop right there. All right. So, we have used long division. Now, let's see what the final result will be. What happens if you divide the polynomial x cubed minus 9 with x squared plus 1? Okay. So, the dividend, which is x cubed minus 9, is equal to the divisor x squared plus 1 times the quotient, that's x, plus the remainder. This is how all these terms are related. So, once you have this equation, note what we need. On the left hand side, we need x cubed minus 9 divided by x squared plus 1. So, just divide by x squared plus 1, both sides of the equation. So, if you divide on the left, divide both terms by x squared plus 1, well, this term, the x squared plus 1 will cancel and you will be left with x. And this term, last term, you will have negative x, negative 9 divided by x squared plus 1. So, this is our answer. When you divide x cubed minus 9 by x squared plus 1, this is the function that we get. Thank you.